Once upon a time, nestled on the edge of a cozy, sun-dappled forest, lived two unlikely but inseparable friends, Brown Bunny, who greeted every day with a sparkle in her eyes and a spring in her step, and Black Turtle, who cherished each gentle moment with calm, quiet delight. This story begins on one such radiant morning, with the forest alive in gentle birdsong, and the scent of wildflowers drifting on the breeze. Brown Bunny hopped in place just outside her friend's little home, her wide grin crinkling her soft cheeks, ears alert, and fluffy tail all a-quiver. She waved eagerly, calling out in her bright, joyful voice, "Turtle, come out! The sun is shining, and I sense adventure in the air." From inside the little home, a snug burrow tucked beneath the roots of a sturdy tree, the door creaked open. Black Turtle peeked out, his round shell gleaming, and atop his head, a tiny leaf hat perched at a jaunty angle. His eyes held a gentle warmth as he smiled in his steady, slow manner. "Good morning, Bunny," he said, his voice deep and smooth, like the forest floor after a soft rain. "You sound excited. What's the plan?" Brown Bunny bounced even higher. "Today, my friend, I want to explore deeper into the forest than ever before. There are songs in the trees and mysteries waiting to be discovered. Quick, grab your backpack." Black Turtle nodded and adjusted his green backpack carefully over his shell. "I'm ready," he rumbled, stepping outside, the sun glinting over his polished back. Newly packed and brimming with cheerful anticipation, the friends made their way to the edge of the forest. The towering trees greeted them with outstretched branches, sunlight casting patterns on the mossy ground below. Chirping birds darted through the sky, their wings flashing in and out of golden beams. Bunny couldn't help but leap and whirl, paws barely touching the earth, her laughter bubbling like a brook. Turtle watched her antics, a smile tugging at the corners of his mouth, and said, "Lead the way, Bunny. There's no one I'd rather adventure with." "Then let's go," she cried, and side by side, they ventured beneath the leafy canopy. From a soft, dreamy height, the world seemed to slow. Overhead, the forest stretched endlessly, sunbeams dripping among the leaves to pool on the winding woodland trail. Brown Bunny and Black Turtle moved as a small, brave pair along the path, dwarfed by the majesty of the trees. Bunny's fur glowed rich brown against the fresh green around her, and Turtle's dark shell gleamed where the sunlight touched it. They waded through patches of ferns, stopped to watch squirrels scurry overhead, and peered at tiny blooms swaying beside the path. The air was thick with the promise of magic, and every step carried them deeper into wonder. But no adventure is without its troubles. As the forest grew denser, the trees parted to reveal a lively blue stream bubbling across their path. The stream was wider than Bunny remembered, and the water rushed so swiftly that silver droplets caught the light, sparkling like jewels. Brown Bunny bounded to the water's edge and turned back to her friend, who had paused on the opposite bank. "Turtle," she called, voice tinged with concern, "are you all right?" Turtle hesitated, looking carefully at the bright, swirling water. He twitched his leaf hat nervously and replied with a sheepish chuckle, "I'm not the best swimmer, Bunny, and this stream seems especially quick today." Bunny wiggled her nose, considering. The sight of her friend's uncertainty steeled her resolve. "Hang on, Turtle, I have an idea," she declared. She scanned the banks and soon found a long, sturdy stick nearby. With determined eyes, she dragged it back to the water's edge and gripped it tight, extending it across the rushing water toward her friend. "Here, grab onto this, Turtle." Turtle gazed at Bunny, admiration flickering in his steady eyes. "Thank you, Bunny. You always know what to do." He reached his short, strong arms out and wrapped them around the stick, feeling the reassuring firmness of Bunny's grip on the other end. Bunny braced her paws in the damp earth, and with a gentle but firm pull, began to lead Turtle across. The water splashed around his sturdy shell and over Bunny's nimble feet. Sunlight danced atop the rippling stream as the friends worked in harmony, determination meeting patience. "Almost there, Turtle. Just a little bit further," Bunny called, voice bright with encouragement. "You're the best," Turtle replied, hanging tightly to the stick, his small leaf hat bobbing. At last, Turtle climbed up the far bank beside Bunny, breathing a grateful sigh. Bunny dusted off her fur and laughed. "See? No river can stop friendship." Turtle chuckled and nodded. "Not when you're by my side, Bunny." With the gentle sound of water fading behind them, the two pressed onward, deeper into the forest. The trees grew older, their roots twisting across the path in grand, spiraling knots. The forest floor shimmered as tiny, luminous insects began to emerge, swirling like living stars. Before long, the friends arrived at a sight that stole their breath away. At the heart of the ancient woods stood a colossal old tree, its gnarled trunk broad enough to shelter all the animals in the forest. Its roots spread like arms, intertwined with the earth, and everywhere around it, glowing flowers bloomed, casting a magical light that shimmered with every color of the rainbow. Brown Bunny's eyes grew round with amazement. "Oh, Turtle, have you ever seen anything so wonderful?" she whispered. Turtle's voice was hushed and awestruck. "It's like a treasure from the world's beginning." They walked closer together, staring up into the golden-green canopy where sunlight caught in polished leaves, making the whole scene feel otherworldly. The glowing flowers pulsed with gentle radiance, inviting them to sit and rest. Small birds fluttered in joyful circles overhead, singing songs that seemed to harmonize with the hearts of the two friends. Bunny and Turtle sat together beneath the old tree, surrounded by the blossom's ethereal light. Bunny leaned against Turtle's sturdy shell, and Turtle tipped his little leaf hat to the side, utterly content. Birds hopped around them, chirping playfully, and a soft breeze carried the scent of sweet petals. Bunny sighed, voice soft and full of happiness. "Moments like this make all the hard parts of an adventure worthwhile, don't they?" Turtle nodded slowly, still watching the glowing flowers. "Every step, every stream, every leap and pause. When we do it together, it all feels magical." Bunny nudged Turtle, ears twitching with delight. "It's because we're a team." Turtle smiled his calm, trusty smile. "More than a team, Bunny. We're friends." As the gentle hues of sunset filtered through the branches, painting the forest in gold and rose, Bunny and Turtle watched the sky through the old tree's canopy. They didn't speak for a while, simply soaking in the beauty and warmth that surrounded them. At last, Bunny sat up, eyes shining with joy. "You know what, Turtle? Some animals say treasure is silver or gold or sparkling gems. But look around us." She swept her paw to take in the endless flowers, the graceful birds, and the peaceful twilight forest. Turtle's deep voice echoed her feeling. "Treasure like this, Bunny, isn't carried in pockets or hidden in locked chests. It's found in the friends who journey with you, in the laughter that lifts you over rivers, and in the quiet moments when the world is lit up with kindness." Bunny could not help but giggle, warming Turtle's heart. "You're so wise, Turtle. I'm so glad I invited you on this adventure." Turtle tipped his hat again, bashfully. "I'd follow you anywhere, Bunny, even across the wildest rivers, even to the oldest trees." The sun dipped low, rays spilling through the forest in a final dance of color, casting everything in a magical, glowing softness. Bunny reached out and, with a gentle pat, touched Turtle's shell. The gesture warm with affection and gratitude. Turtle placed his gentle hand over hers, cherishing the bond they shared. Birds returned to their nests, and as the last sunlight caressed the roots of the ancient tree, the friends knew that they had discovered something far more precious than any hidden jewel. "Friendship is the greatest treasure," Bunny said softly. Turtle's eyes glowed with agreement. "It's one we'll always have, wherever we go." They lingered in the golden hour, wrapped in the magic of the forest and the comfort of each other's company. And even as the sky darkened and the first stars kindled overhead, Brown Bunny and Black Turtle knew, deep in their hearts, that the real wonder of the world lay not in its secrets or its charms, but in the strength of a steadfast friendship, a treasure that gleamed brighter than anything else in the enchanted forest. Their adventure had begun, but it was only the beginning. Every day would bring new paths, new streams, and new discoveries, but they would always face it together, side by side, the brilliant Bunny and the steadfast Turtle, a team for all seasons and all stories to come. And so, nestled beneath the spreading roots of the ancient tree, aglow in the friendship they had found, the two friends watched the stars, already dreaming of tomorrow's adventures, their hearts forever united in a treasure brighter than gold.